And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Guys, in today's video, as always, we are going to be going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. And actually today, we have got an action-packed one for you. As you can read there in the title, some huge Liverpool transfer news as 2 in, 2 out. And actually, to be fair, we're going to be discussing a potential third exit today as well. So we'll discuss that in today's video, but just want to say and confirm to you, the Arne Slot era has officially begun today. Yes, Arne Slot has officially started work as the Liverpool head coach. Yes, Liverpool said on their website, Arne Slot today officially begins his role as Liverpool Football Club's new head coach. The 45-year-old joins the Reds from Feyenoord and takes up the reins following the departure of Jurgen klopp. Slot will begin to work with the squad when pre-season gets underway here in July, with a 3-game trip to USA, a part of preparations for 2024-2025. The Netherlands-born coach arrives after 3 highly successful seasons with Feyenoord, during which he led them to the league title in 2023 and was named the Eredivisie Manager of the Year on 2 occasions. In April, Slot helped them to a victory in the KNVB Cup as they defeated NEC Nijmegen 1-0 in the final. Details of his official unveiling as the club's head coach will be confirmed by LiverpoolFC.com in due course. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Arne Slot era has officially begun. Now, obviously, going into the summer, we are looking to acquire new sort of coaches and fulfill roles, as there was a bit of an exodus in the lead up to the end of the season with people leaving their roles. And yesterday, of course, we confirmed to you that another new appointment had been made. But this is going to be a continued theme all the way probably throughout the summer. So not just new players coming in through the door, but new members of staff. But yes, the Arne Slot era has truly started now. 1st of June, everybody has assumed their roles, which is also very good to see. Now, he's probably going to have a big say on a few bits and pieces, guys. And as you can read there in the title, we are going to be discussing some transfer news. Yes, 2 in, 2 out, or potentially a third one. Maybe I'll bring that one to you a bit later on with regards to an exit. But let's start with this one. Sepp van der Berg wants to leave this summer and is not happy with the £20 million asking price. Basically, we came to you recently. Of course, he's done well in Mainz. Did very well, and there had been rumours that there was a £4.5 million sort of release clause for his services. However, that was kind of rubbish actually, and that Liverpool have kind of set the bar a bit higher, and know they've kind of got a player on their hands, and then have now made it as £20 million. Now, there's a lot of clubs that are interested in Van der Berg, whether that be in the Premier League or abroad, and even Mainz actually themselves wanted to try and make a deal permanent. However, Liverpool kind of pushing the barrier a bit further away has kind of made that not financially feasible for the German side. But according to the Telegraph, according to Van der Berg himself, as quoted by the Telegraph, he has basically stated that he wants to leave this summer and is not happy with Liverpool's asking price of £20 million. You haven't radiated confidence in me at all this time, but you do want to hinder my future. I want to keep playing weekly and develop myself. At Liverpool, I was not looked at. So a player that does not seem happy at all there, Van der Berg, coming out with that sort of stuff. He's raging, and that could probably see him going out to the door. So that's exit number 1 there, ladies and gentlemen. Van der Berg, he could be leaving. Well, he definitely looks like he's leaving after that conversation there. Now, moving on to potential exit number 2, guys, and that is with regards to Konate. Now, there's been a lot of talk recently with regards to Konate, but I'm going to be discussing this one and actually probably providing you some more good news. Recently, in an interview, he was speaking to French sources and stated that, yes, his family support Paris Saint-Germain, but kind of stated that he wants to stay put. Now, there's been a lot of reports in the build-up, especially from France, stating that Paris Saint-Germain want to make a move for Ibrahima Konate and that Liverpool would let the player go. However, the player himself in an interview has stated that he is not wanting to go, which is very, very good to see. Further on from this, guys, Ian Doyle has stated that Luis Diaz this morning is still Barcelona's prime suspect, and they believe that they are considered the front runners for Luis Diaz should there be a deal in the offing this summer. Now, this Luis Diaz one isn't going away. constantly emerging, constantly comes up in subject. A lot of people always talking about Luis Diaz and him leaving ever since probably March. There was reports came out, and then obviously with his agent and all these kind of things. But this one isn't going anywhere. And to be fair, it's probably going to carry on for much of the season. We're probably going to be discussing Luis Diaz in detail, and of course, we're looking at potentially trying to buy wingers. But it is a fact that Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain do want his services. So again, that comes from Ian Doyle this morning. Barcelona considered themselves as front runners for his signature. Now moving on to more bright stuff, guys, in terms of incomings, and we're actually going to be discussing a central defensive midfielder. Now, again, we did a bit of a midfield overhaul last summer, but it is early indications that we are looking to try and find a number 6, and there has been a fair few targets already emerge in the start of this, in the lead up to this transfer window, and this one's coming from a lot of different sources, but one of them is that Alan Varela is definitely one on Liverpool's radar. They've went out to go and see him a couple of times so far this season, and now Portuguese sources are stating that Liverpool have intensified contacts for the Porto midfielder Alan Varela, and it is expected that Liverpool will soon open negotiations for a potential transfer. So that comes from Portuguese sources. And they're all stating that we are interested in Alan Varela. This one just keeps on emerging over the last couple of weeks. I've started to hear about it, but started to intensify a little bit, but which basically means that, yes, we are interested in Varela, but it's certainly giving us indications like we want a central defence, that we want a left-sided centre-back, that we also want a central defensive midfielder. Then lastly, guys, of course, incoming number 2, another one that I brought to you yesterday was Brian Mbumu. This one just keeps on sort of snowballing over the last sort of 24 to 48 hours, but reports are indicating that we are very much interested in the Brentford forward and is a player that we could potentially make a move for. Again, as I stated yesterday, Premier League proven, a player that of course has been injured for parts of this season, but certainly a player that I think is ready to take that step up to the next level, take that step up to a club like Liverpool, and has came out himself and said that he is ready and does want to move to a big club. I do think that would be very much a Michael Edwards signing, but also coming from very, very good sources. Of course, French sources, L'Equipe, as well, also reporting on this one, and inside Anfield sources also stating that Liverpool are very much interested in the player. So as you can see there, guys, as we are 14 days away from the transfer window opening, you can start to hear rumours that players are going and players are potentially coming in. But one thing is for certain, I do think we are going to see a lot of the sort of squad players, whether that be Kelleher, Van der Berg, these kind of youngsters also be going. I think Van der Berg has pretty much made it clear that he wants to leave this summer. But with regards to the sort of incomings, whether we might not get these players as such, I definitely can see the positions that we're trying to bolster as a clear indication of where we want to go in this summer transfer window. Of course, you can see the left-sided centre-back. You can see the number 6 role as a defensive midfielder. You can see a potential forward there and a winger. And if Adrian and Kelleher leaving, you can also see a goalkeeper. So already there, you're seeing 4 positions at a bare minimum that Liverpool are looking to try and bolster. So it's going to be a very, very interesting one, and we are going to be signing players. But that's all I've really got for you guys. Do let me know your thoughts on all of those players that we've discussed today. Do you think that they should leave? Do you think the players that we've talked about should come in? Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.